This is a question that viewers often ask. Season 3 kab aa raha hai is the constant question.
Immediately, before the full, like the first one dropped, next day was when is season 3.
I mean, there were only 2 options. I remember asking her, saying, oh, so am I playing a cop? And she said, no. I want to be loved as the most hated woman ever for this show because she does some really horrible things. Things that even I as a person don't like or approve of or stand for as an individual.
Enticing is a good, if people are enticed by her, that's a good thing. That means they're watching. You know?
True.
Some of my favorite villains are enticing.
Yeah, because the way I think this was pitched to me was this is Batman versus Joker. Of course, everybody wants to be Batman and which actor would not want to be Joker? So now both of us can't say no to this proposition.
Like, I don't know next time, you know, every time I feel this is fluke.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Seriously.
It's like imposter syndrome. And
The beauty about Chef is that she doesn't know how good she is.
What about you? Do you know how good you are? Or in the same boat?
I know.
She knows.
You're such a cheeky
I know. Sorry. You just set it up on a platter for me.
No.
So it's been 3 years, 2 months and 8 days and counting.
Shut up. So sweet. You counted, you know.
Yeah, since the last episode of Delhi Crime was on Netflix, and we'll have to wait a few more days after this interview comes out. So thank you and no thank you, because you guys made us wait a long time, you know. So the first question is why? Like, Tanuj and Apurva, probably you guys can answer. Like, this is a question that viewers often ask. Season 3 kab aa raha hai is the constant question.
Immediately, before the full, like the first one dropped, next day was when is season 3.
He's like, I don't know when season 3 is coming out.
You know, it's like a quality dal takes time to cook. You know, you have to give a good meal. It takes time to cook. That's the way I say it.
That's a very, very nice answer. I have nothing to follow. but in all honesty, what do you prefer as actors? Like, I'll ask you because you have to reprise your role here. So, do you prefer being Vartika every 3 years, or would you rather be like every year? Every year.
Definitely, every year.
Is it because she's so fascinating, or would it be easier for you to perform as well?
No, she's not easy to perform at any point of time.
That's what.
Somebody had asked me a question. They said, why does the next season excite you? I mean, you know her.
Right.
You know, you've played her. And I was like, but every situation, every case, every moment brings a different person out of you. Also, you've grown.
True.
You know, so it's not the same.
And she has grown.
She has grown. And it's not the same, but it's just because I love it. I love her and I love the show.
It shows.
Yeah.
But how do you balance that pressure of coming out with something, being timely, while maintaining that, like you said, that creative quality between the two of you, if you can answer that?
I feel like it's important to acknowledge, first of all, that good things take good time to make. I think specifically writing, it's very important, and editing. I think we do a lot of work as collaborators very early on, so that when we go on set, it's schedules are tight. Everybody has to really deliver on that day and then get done with the principal photography. But then editing again takes the time to cull out the real storyline. So I think audiences also have so much to watch now. That's why so many shows are coming out, because you have to give that time for any prestige quality show to brew. And this is globally relevant, right? Like all good shows, top successful shows have taken their time to come out with the subsequent seasons. I also feel like with this franchise, specifically from season 1 to 2 to 3, the ensemble, and led by obviously Madam Sir, also have gone through their own personal life jumps, right? And you'll see that significantly. You must have seen a couple of episodes this season as well. And for that to feel real, and for that to feel emotionally resonant as well. Like, this season is all about growth. It's a very expansive season, emotionally, visually, and thematically, right? That's what we believe we have delivered. And if she has to grow in emotion and in her own career, I think that time span kind of works. You excuse it and you let it go.
At least it's not ending on a cliffhanger and then beginning right there 3 years later.
Yeah.
We
will drop many cliffhangers, hopefully. So it's important
you heard it here first. I gotta ask you something, that when you have such a powerful character who could be seen as despicable by some because of her moral ambiguities.
Almost.
Hopefully. how do you draw for that? How do you even empathize with the character when you play?
Not at all.
No.
But I think, but I don't judge it.
Right.
And as an actor, when you're playing something, your job is not to judge. Your job is to play. And which is why you're acting, right? Like, just because I am supposed to murder someone, I'm supposed to assault someone, I'm not doing it in real life. I don't stand by that in real life. Similarly, if I fall in love with somebody, I don't actually fall in love with that person. That's why it's called acting. But I feel sometimes in a show like Delhi Crime, I wanted to be a part of it. Let me just say that at the very outset. So when Apurva and Tanuj called me, I immediately said yes, because I'm just a huge fan of the franchise. And I mean, there were only two options. I remember asking her, saying, "Oh, so am I playing a cop?" And she's like, no, actually. So I'm like, oh, okay, because it's like, I mean, because of Rani Bharti or because of Maharani, like, I think those kind of righteous characters that say, like, that was my immediate connection, right? But, and as an actor, I was just so excited because I've not done such a dark character ever. So I was like, that would be fun. That would be like interesting to play. Because I don't want to also as an actor be bound by the previous work that I've done.
Right.
And I feel because, this is such a strong franchise, it would be exciting to have this kind of face-off between Vartika, and Badi Didi and Meena. I call it what Apurva was referring to, like what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. This is that kind of very palpable, great writing, great chemistry, face-off. Both at loggerheads kind of a situation. And I mean, as an actor, I would be really stupid not to take up that challenge. So, which I did.
No, we are thankful you did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But I have to ask something, is that were you surprised?
Yeah.
Because like you said, you don't want to be bound by your previous work, of course. But in our industry, as everyone will attest here, people love to put you in boxes.
Of course,
Everyone,
of
particularly actors, because they're like, ye is type ke role ke liye fit hai. And that's okay. But were you surprised when this role came to you, and particularly how dark it is?
Actually, I wasn't surprised, to be honest, because I just like, and also like everyone who saw the teaser, they were like, of course, but like, it was like one of those things. And I'm not there much, but I think the idea is never like length of or number of shots. It's always about impact. And I think when I say smile please or whatever, I think just the curiosity level. I mean, people have been writing and fans have been DMing, and there's this whole thing about like, oh, we can't wait to see more of you. And I hope I don't disappoint them.
You won't.
Thank you. Vote of confidence from Madam Sir.
And so all of us, I think, were thrilled that she was
I can
on
imagine,
board.
because my first reaction to watching her was, of course.
Yeah.
Like it was like, why hadn't anyone thought of this before?
Correct.
But at least
clearly
somebody
people did.
did.
So thank you
So
guys.
good at being bad.
I love it. I'm so good
yeah.
at being bad. Yeah.
I'm gonna
So
use that, thank
I
you.
want to be the most hated. I want to be loved as the most hated woman ever for this show, because she does some really horrible things. Things that even I as a person don't like or approve of or stand for as an individual. But that's Meena's world. And I think it's important for me to play that character, because it's like, and I've said this before, like, one of my favorite films, Django Unchained, when an actor like Leo plays like a white plantation worker and he spits on the face of his, colleague.
Slaves.
A black actor, of course it's so difficult for you to do it, because that's not something, in fact you're making a film like that because you're so opposed to the idea. But sometimes you have to play and do things as actors which actually shed a light on the issue itself, and that actually gives it a much bigger showcasing. So I took it upon like that in terms of ethos. Just because I don't approve of things as an individual does not mean those things don't exist in society.
True.
And we are not trying to celebrate this or try to sensationalize it. Actually, in Delhi Crime, I mean, without any spoilers, good always wins.
Yeah. Tanuj, I have a question for the character here, is that when you make someone this powerful, and of course she's morally on the completely opposite wrong side, how do you not make her enticing?
Oh. Well, sometimes you do. And
okay.
it's not necessarily the worst thing. You'd have to have taste about it, though. And you can always make an enticing shot and then take it out in the edit. So I wanted, if something is enticing, it's good. We might get something good from that direction. And if it unlocks some of Huma's performance, like, let's find it. I don't live in this world of, it can't have some kind of entertainment value or hold, or thrill you or engage you. It should engage you. You know, but there's a difference between sensationalism and engagement.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So you have to push and get as much as you can, but then make some tasteful choices in the edit too. You know,
So that
I
you
don't like to just say.
You don't glamorize or sensationalize it in any way.
No, in fact, he was pushing me and egging me on the whole time, and he was just like, "Just go." Like, if something would not work, then we would be like, "Okay, we don't need to have this." But you can't, like, I think. See, that's the whole thing. The moment you start thinking this, oh, I don't want to glamorize this or whatever, you're coming from a place of fear, and when you're
And
trying,
judgment.
and judgment.
And judgment, yeah.
And the idea is when you're playing something, you cannot judge. You just
Right.
have to play, because then if you judge, you'll never really have the full impact of what you're trying to create.
You cannot.
And I would even add to that. I'm sorry, but
Please,
you know,
go ahead.
enticing is a good. If people are enticed by her, that's a good thing. That means they're watching. You
Yeah.
know.
True.
Some of my favorite villains are enticing. You know,
I think most of the good
most of
villains
the good
are.
ones
Yeah.
So I would be a bit of a fool to let my politics stop what the tenets of performance are. You know, it's a risk. You know, I have to sit there and risk it and live
And
with
at
it.
the end of the day, it's performing arts, so it's so subjective that you can have you can do whatever you want, and then the audience has to interpret it in their own way.
Yeah.
And
But when you have people like this, the
Yeah.
trust is so high. Like
Right.
I already know you're gonna give it to me. So it's
Yeah,
Not
because
that
the way
hard,
I
is
think this was pitched to me was this is Batman versus Joker.
Joker.
Of course, everybody wants to be Batman, and which actor would not want to be Joker? So now both of us can't say no to this proposition.
I blame Tanuj 100% for that entire. Guys,
You said
let's
that.
do
I've
it.
never seen Batman.
Oh,
What?
wow.
What happened?
I have a voice note.
let's do this.
No, but I have to ask you that once you return to Vartika, what is it like? Is it like meeting an old friend again, or is it like picking up a relationship that you left a few years ago?
It's like probably meeting a old probably friend then, and then you lose touch and you don't know what kind of dynamics you're going to have today.
Right.
When you meet that person, and then you meet and you say, okay, we just fall in step. I think it's that kind of a relationship.
And it's good, like they said, that both of you have grown in your respective lives.
Yeah.
Vartika has had a journey, which I'll not talk
Absolutely.
about here, but she's had a journey
Absolutely.
since season 2. So have you.
Yeah.
So you can relate to that as well. It's not like many shows do, the cliffhanger thing. Like
Yeah.
the actor has grown 5 years, but the character is still the same age. It's not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is, also the more I do it, and it's not just me alone, I have a team.
Right.
And it's just the confidence that comes in, the ease that comes in between Bhupinder, Neeti,
Right.
or Jairaj, or all of it. And it's great because it's becoming tighter, it's becoming more fluid, that whole relationship. Like there are times they don't even talk to each other, but they know what's going to happen or going on. And it's just, she's intimidating for me.
For
Because
everyone.
I don't know what.
No, and she's saying in a different way. Please.
I'm saying
No, I get it.
because,
I get it.
Like, I don't know next time, matlab,
Haan.
every time I feel this is fluke.
Are you kidding me?
I swear.
Seriously.
It's like imposter syndrome. And
The
this is
beauty
fluke.
about Chef is that she doesn't know how good she is.
Ah.
And she doesn't want to like take responsibility. She's like, ye pata nahi yaar, somehow it happened, I don't know.
You have
And-
demolished my next question, which was supposed to be, how do you make sure that you're not nonchalant about playing something which is like, ye to ho jayega because मैंने 2 बार कर रखा है.
She's still like, ye hoga hi nahi, kaise hoga? Ye ho hi nahi sakta. And then she'll do it.
And my thing is, I actually have this thing that when he'll say action and I'll stand there. Like, I don't understand. Like, he's talking French or something. I am terrified. And I'm not just saying this. I'm not fishing for compliments.
Is
I
it
mean
Vartika specific or?
No, I'm terrified. Period. I'm just terrified. It works for me.
Okay.
I mean, every project, I feel, last time ho gaya,
This one नहीं
but I don't know whether I know the art of it. I don't know whether I know how to do this. So what works is, one is the instinct is alive. It's still, it's not become an art or craft. It's just
Right.
becoming the person.
Right.
And 2 is, it's like doing it all over again. If I had to start school all over again, you want to go back and you say, okay, I'm going to try to correct it, but all I can do is give my best to it
Right.
and just then leave it.
That's, that
that
is intimidating. Yeah.
That is, it's
Yeah,
scary.
it's scary.
It's
It is.
scary because also it's like, you're playing a gamble.
Yeah. But the nervous energy works for you.
It works very well for me. And because the way I work is very spontaneous, it's pure heart. I mean, it's not that I don't use my brain, but it's actually pure heart. So it's not like I have a, instruction booklet.
yeah.
Ke, oh, this is what Vartika will do, or this is what I have to do in this situation. I was just saying this earlier. The day I feel I know it, I should go home.
Yeah, I get it. I get that. What about you? Do you know how good you are? Or in the same boat?
I know.
She knows.
You're such a cheeky.
I know. Sorry, you just set it up on a platter for me.
No, I would like to get better. Let's put it like this. I always want to get better. And I always, not unlike Shefali, I think I also approach everything with a beginner's mind and not being like, okay, I know all the answers or I know how this is done, because then it'll be a very repeated, rehearsed, rehashed version of yourself that you're trying to put out. Which is why, so I have a fix for it actually, which I think is a fix. I always try and pick different characters, or try and pick different genres of things that I'm doing, or try and maybe pick up an accent or something. And then maybe that always keeps you really nervous. Like for this one, I was like,
How?
I'm speaking in Haryanvi in this one, which I don't know how to speak, and I didn't have the faintest clue as to how I was going to do it. But I know I can hear something and I can pick it up. So we worked really hard on the dialogue and the diction, and we had this person on set all the time who was helping me. And that is just so scary, because you're just like, okay, I could do a great shot, but if the line is off, then they're not going to use it. Or even if they use it, then that'll be wrong because somebody's going to watch it and hate it.
And in today's world, they'll dissect it at the second it drops.
Yeah,
Correct.
Yeah.
So I try and figure that out. And if something I'm sure after Delhi Crime, I would get offered another similar character, I would choose
More
not to
jokers,
do it.
yeah.
I would choose not to do it, because then I
Right.
would just do another rehash of what this is.
Right.
Maybe we'll revisit this space a later time, but I think I want to always keep doing different things so that I keep myself on my toes and don't become complacent.
How do you still maintain to be prolific? So as to say, not 90s level of prolific, because that was 10 films a year, but you're still doing work. But when you're selective,
Yeah, I do have 7 releases.
Touch wood, yeah.
Yeah, in the
It's
next
Huma
year.
season.
Yeah.
Four.
No,
These
four,
are-
four after these 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
How before the year
I've only been
ends?
working. No,
Before the year ends?
I mean, there are 4 things that are right now
That's
between
so cool.
Single Salma, Maharani, Delhi Crime, all whatever. Jolly is still playing in the theatre,
Right.
and next year I've shot for them. They're done. Whatever.
How amazing.
I've only been working. I don't have a life. I mean, I do actually.
But you love it.
I love it. I love being for us. I mean, Apurva knows we had a mess working on the sked. I have done double shifts for us. I was shooting a
has.
film. I would shoot all day for Delhi Crime.
She has worked 24 hours in one day.
We don't have like easy locations. It's like Bhayandar or Borivali or I don't know somewhere. And I had a film set in mud, so I would shoot all day.
Wow.
And
you
then they would
told-
say at least come for 4-5 hours. So I would go to mud, get into hair and makeup, shoot, sleep, come back next
You
morning.
found time to sleep?
I mean, yeah, sleep is like
Car, mud
sleep
to
is
Mud
for
to-
sleep is for
Bhayandar
losers.
is a
Sleep is
lot
for losers.
You get it.
I totally agree with that sentence.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. So I was asking that when I saw the 3 episodes, I felt, okay, this cannot be set anywhere but Delhi, which is true for season 2, which is obviously true for season 1. What makes Delhi so fit for such macabre stories is what I want to ask you.
Be careful.
That's a very good question, because on one hand you can set these stories in any city and find the darkness and dirt, but there's something about Delhi, right? There's something about whether you want to talk about the events that have happened in the city, season 1 events, whether you want to talk about the act, or just visually and the texture of people. My family's from Delhi. I've gone to Delhi my whole life. I've seen it change from how it was in the 80s to now, and to this day, Delhi, it's not for everybody. It's not a place, not a city for everybody. But if you, it's kind of a good, if you're a bit of an asshole,
Which all of us are.
it's actually, it's a place you can find a lot of
It's a
comfort
wonderful
in.
city, yeah.
Because
Hey,
okay,
hey,
like,
hey, I'm
there's
not
others like
endorsing
me
that
out
at
here.
all.
There's others
I'm
like
from
me.
Delhi too, so yeah.
I think पता है क्या
You know
हुआ
what I
मैं
mean?
बताती हूँ.
I know.
It's-
They were talking about how this show goes out of Delhi as well. Now, the way our stories have been structured for decades, it's always like whenever something, a second or a third comes out, they always assume that bigger is better, because that is how we have structured. Here, you guys have managed to make it vaster, if that's a word, but also keeping in, retaining the intimacy of the narrative. It feels rushed. It feels very urgent. How did that, was that conscious or was it accidental?
Very conscious.
Okay.
very conscious. It had to become bigger by emotionally gripping you strongly. So there was no two ways about it. It didn't go bigger just for the sake of it.
Right.
The investigation does take her out, and there's obviously authentic case,
Right, of course.
that becomes the bedrock of research. And when there's a faceless, criminal, and it's a nexus, then how do you really stay limited in the confines of the city? It doesn't make sense.
Right.
So in reality also didn't happen that way. They crossed state borders,
Right.
and then this crime, trafficking itself, and nobody misses missing girls
Right.
is a very, very globally relevant theme. And I think it is the only theme that could have translated into Madam Sir really, really pushing boundaries.
Right.
Also, it's prevalent. Like Meena
much.
as a face of the crime becomes, a force to reckon with as well.
And that's what makes it relatable as well, sadly, because it's so prevalent. Yeah, that's what it is.
Also, we didn't want to sensationalize it. It was more about, to your point of scale, right? It was to confront it as is. I think as creators, that is what you see, the intimacy of tracking this story. There's many, many more unraveling every time, and you feel the palpable, fear of
Right,
it.
anxiety,
but
tension,
anxiety around it. But I think what was very important was that the writing and then their performances really, really nailed the fact that we confronted the issue. And now it's all out there for you to take away what you have to take away. And if everybody feels that they are more aware and understand what every survivor, families, or the law enforcement wages, that kind of war against trafficking every day. If you can take away even a little bit of awareness about it, I think we've done our job.
I'm going to end it with one final question to both the actors, and it's as much related to the show as your careers in general, is that since the streaming behemoth hit us 10 years ago, we didn't even know what it was, and now we're trying to get a sense of it, you guys more than us. A lot of actors, what they have done is, probably accidentally, they realize that a hit show or a successful show or a widely watched show or film on OTT is a good stepping stone. It's a good launch pad for greater things, probably theatrically or whatever. You have bucked that trend in that you've continued to do what you want to. Is that conscious, accidental? What is it like?
I don't know any other way of doing it.
Okay.
Honestly. So when I get offered something, it's always my heart and not my head.
You're not calculating anything.
Absolutely not. It's my first instinct of I want to do it. Because even if I say yes, let's assume to something that is big and, whatever, if I'm not completely consumed by it, how am I going to go and deliver tomorrow morning? And it would be unfair to myself as well as the creators of whatever they're making.
Right.
So if I'm not completely blown by something, I won't do it.
So, and no regrets later?
No.
No. That's conviction.
No. I don't remember looking back and thinking, oh, I should have done this film. No.
Never. That's good.
I feel as actors, we're in a very exciting phase because you can choose to do an amazing series like this. You can choose to do a theatrical film. You can do an independent film. You can work globally. You can work
And that's just
pan-India
you this
cinema.
month.
Be in a
And that's
play.
just you this month.
I just feel incredibly blessed and really gratitude to all the creators, directors, producers, writers, co-stars. Because I think we are a sum total of the people we work with,
Right.
and you're as good as the people you work with, and they help you shine as well. I just feel incredible that we are as a business, we have those kind of opportunities, so you don't have to pick and choose. You don't have to be like, okay, I only do OTT or I only do films. Anyone can do anything. And there is no one set path. We don't have to do things how we did it back in the day, in the 90s or whatever. We can figure our own this thing. And shows like Delhi Crime make content more and more territory agnostic.
Yeah.
They give me a different reach to maybe when I do a Maharani, and that's a very different kind of a reach. And it's fun to be able to enjoy both.
Right. Thank you for the time. All the best for should I even say it? I don't think you need best wishes.
Are you
we
crazy?
do it.
Of course we do.
Everybody
you
needs
don't.
it.
Everyone
really do.
From
Yeah.
whatever I have seen, you need congratulations before that.
Thank
you.
you.
But,
Thank you
but
means
still,
a lot.
I hope the audiences love Delhi Crime Season 3 more than they have loved Seasons 1 and 2, if that's even possible, when it drops on Netflix on 13th of November.
I think
Thank
it's
you.
possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.